also start looking for those signals, those signs. And it's there. It's definitely will let you know who's there really for you and who's not.
Hmm.
Can I jump in here? I'm an academic, and so I like definitions. So I'm so glad somebody kind of clarified what were we actually talking about. And because I've done so much work over the years on the self and people who come to me about their personal brand, I'm not interested in their social media. We're really talking about yourself and who you are at your core. And as a result of that, it takes me this conversation. I was challenged by the title of it, as Leilani well know. I didn't see people as poison. I thought those words were extreme,
Hmm.
and but I understood the context of it. I just didn't like the language. But there are a couple of theories that the psychologist in the room is probably a little bit more aware of this than I am, that come up in my work, where there's a social comparison theory where people tend to measure their own worth on the basis of what you are doing, not what they are doing. So they're comparing themselves with other people. And so if their colleague or their friend is rising professionally or personally and achieving something they're not achieving, it creates this kind of internal conflict and they don't know what to do with it. And so they tend to withdraw from you. I also came across cognitive dissonance where if someone believes that they are on par with you or they were ahead of you, and then suddenly you are surpassing them, then they feel great discomfort. So your work isn't inspiring to them, it's threatening. So I personally encountered my best friend when we were in our 20s. She was starting to get ahead. She had won a scholarship to the United States, and I felt left behind. And I remember I said it to her. I said, "Oh my God, I feel so left behind." And she said, "Why don't you try to get some of these things?" I had a great job. I was on the TV every evening. But after a while, I thought, how much news can you really read? I needed to do something else with my life. And I started to kind of do some of the stuff that she was doing, kind of sending out feelers. Of course, the United States did not answer me. The people who answered me so happened to be at the other end of the world in New Zealand. So now we're 27 years into our friendship. And I think it was because at each moment, we were always trying to see how we can inspire each other. Oh, what are you doing over there? Not to compete with you, but to say, how did you do that? Can I do that as well? And if you're open to that, but then I've had other colleagues in media when I went off to do a PhD and suddenly I was a doctor and professor, and people are caught up with titles. It's amazing how credentials become this marker of success.